as we were doing, he called his partners right up and said, "This is the place. You got to come here."
Yes. I know you started already there.
I started already. Let's go. You light it up. Take your time.
Oh, and that's perfect. And that. Oh.
Well, we are still here. We're in the dark. I think the power just got knocked out. It's par for the course, man.
Yeah,
I mean, I wouldn't expect anything else.
Yeah, we'll just go on from here.
We're just gonna, why not?
Rick, we're back.
We are back. February 28th. It's a leap year.
It's a leap year. We got one more day here.
One more day. We got an extra day to have fun with cigars and the castle and everybody that comes in here. It's just an extra day.
Yeah.
So
one more in your year.
One
really
more in a
to
year.
Get to push the envelope there for you.
Last couple times I wasn't on. They took the reins. They did an awesome job. I want to thank everybody. The last podcast that was done. Wow, how many views?
We are at 11,000 views.
11,000 views. I can't thank you enough. Boy, how phenomenal is that?
That's awesome. I love seeing that. And it's not just for the promotion of seeing 11,000 views. That means 11,000 watches. This podcast happened, right?
That's great. And for somebody who might be just tuning in, this all started back when Mustafa was coming in, and he was very reserved. He was doing his thing. We started talking, and he said, "Rick, we got to do a podcast." And I said to him, "Podcast?" I said, "I don't know anything about this techie stuff and computers and microphones and all that." He goes, "I got that." And I said, he goes, "You got the experience. I got this." And I'll tell you what, can't thank you enough. You bloomed into just a fine young man, focused, respectful, the whole nines. I can't thank you enough for being part of the castle, how you came in, and I think it's all part of the plan how we're going to move in the future.
Absolutely.
So I can't, what can I say? But we're going to fire these up so we can get started. So if you're at home and you have a cigar place, whatever, why don't you join us? Fire it up. Now, of course, I know I'm pretty, I smoke the Punisher, if anybody knows that. It's a heavy Maduro, has a little hot jalapeno tip. I fell in love with it 10 years ago. If I don't have it, it's a bad day. Just my palate, just the way I roll. But one day, if you ever get a chance, you can come on in. I'll turn you on to it, see if it's in the caliber of what you like. If you go and read the tutorial on the Punisher, I'm not going to tell you anything about it. I want you to go read the tutorial about it. It's all me. It's how it rolls. What do you got going down on yours?
Tonight we have possibly one of my new favorite cigar companies, Cigar Clowns.
Cigar Clown.
They have the Goldie Grace. This is an absolutely beautiful Ecuadorian Habano wrap cigar, but not only the cigar itself is special, the cause behind it is what's really important here. So what they're doing is part of the proceeds of every cigar sold, so every Goldie Grace that you buy, is going in partnership with Bikers Against Trafficking. We're using this exceptional smoke as a beacon of hope to combat human trafficking. Every puff not only promises a rich flavor experience, but also contributes to a brighter future where freedom shines. And that is an absolutely beautiful message.
Yes.
It's rare that you see a company in its infant stages, and we'll say Cigar Clowns, they're definitely in their infant stages.
Definitely.
Go out of their way to ignore the profit for a moment and look at making a better world around us and finding a better cause to support. That really speaks to the person behind the business.
Well, they came in and they did an event with us. I believe his name was Joe.
Yes.
He's got a few partners. He was so impressed with the place, so impressed with everything that was going on, that as we were doing, he called his partners right up and said, "This is the place. You got to come here."
Yes.
That goes to show all the hard work and efforts that we put into the castle.
Right.
So, great guy, and like you said, being in an infant stage, anything starting up new and donating money out, it goes to show that they really believe in this. So
Yes.
I think the event was called "No Clowning Around." Let's get to it or
Yes.
something like
Yes.
that. But great support that night. He met everybody, and we'll have him again. You just look at our Facebook. If you're not on our Facebook, like the page. You'll get all the events.
Yes.
You'll know when the next event is. So
Yes. Absolutely. And let's go ahead. Let's light this one up. I know you started already there.
I started already. Let's go. You light it up. Take your time.
He's got the
Make sure it's
Punisher on him.
lit correctly. Another thing that I learned with cigars is, I've been telling everybody at the castle here, you could take your cigar, you could just use go to the sink, regular water, just kind of wrap the cigar, just make it moist a little bit. It kind of brings the tone of the leaf out. Also, a lot of the guys will put a little bourbon on it or their scotch. As you can see, it's already burning perfectly. Burns perfectly. So I want everybody to try that, and I want your feedback on that, and let me know what you think, because I'm going to try to throw some little tidbits out that I've been learning over. We've been open for just going on about 5 years now. 5 years already, can't believe it. And all these things that I've learned in 5 years, and there's a million more I'm sure that I'm still going to get to.
Yes.
And we'll try to share it with you and try to bring on whatever we can to help you along with your cigar venture.
Absolutely.
So.
No, and that's perfect. And that, well, there goes the podcast. Technically, podcast is still running because we run off of the computer.
Well, we are still here. We're in the dark, but we still have our cigar.
We got a Dark Night Cigar podcast. The old stages of podcasting.
Abraham Lincoln, here we are.
Yep.
But now instead of candles, we have phones. We're having a little windstorm out there, and I think the power just got knocked out.
Yeah.
That's par for the course, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't expect anything else. But even though you can't see us, you can hear us. So I guess we'll just keep continuing.
We'll just go on from here.
We're just gonna, why not?
Yeah.
So.
All right.
So what do we got going on here?
So we're going to let's talk about the main theme that we're going to be going over for the podcast today. We're going to talk about confidence.
Okay.
Okay. What built your confidence? Like when you first started out, right? What made you think that your business was going to be better than the next guy?
Well, I mean, it was years of experience of being around the cigar world.
Okay.
Just really listening to what was most important to the cigar smoker. I fell in love with it the first cigar I had. I've smoked thousands of these. And then what happened to the people? The people made me. I always say that, because it's true. Everybody who comes in, everybody who buys a cigar or hangs out or any events we have, it just builds my confidence even more that I'm doing the right thing. Because at the end of the day, you only can tell by how many people are coming in or how many people will tell you about it. And I'll tell you, I take constructive criticism too. And that's another reason why we are where we are today. Because you have to be able to take that constructive criticism. I don't know everything. Right. But I'm open to suggestions and listening and believe me, and I love it because a lot of that constructive criticism I changed it up, made it better. Right. That's where your confidence comes in. Right. I believe that, where I came from absolutely nothing to where we are today and only building, you just got to, you put the time in, listen, be patient, right? Get educated in business, and that's what part of this podcast is all about.
Yes. It's educating people in business, and it's an absolutely free course, but you're getting more than a Harvard education, as you've said many times when we come onto this podcast.
I do say that.
Yeah.
It is definitely Harvard. I mean, it's the Harvard of hard knocks, I call it.
Right.
You can't beat it. And, you could read all the books you want, and you need to read books because that will give you more in-depth. Right. But the hands-on, the experience, feeling every emotion, every feeling in business
Mm-hmm.
is what will make you successful. You know, I have a lot of people that go, right, you know, Rick, I want to start a business. I want to do this and that.
Mm.
And I go, come on in.
Yep.
I'll be here at 7 o'clock. I got an hour with you. Let's get you started.
Right.
I know a couple people have taken advantage of that,
Yeah.
and they're doing well. But
Right.
I'm always open for more.
And you always give people the opportunity to fail, right? You don't ever say, "Oh, well, I don't believe in you," or "Oh, you can't do that." You give everybody the opportunity to make their own decisions, right?
Absolutely.
Like you give people the chance that nobody else is going to give you. When you really think about it, like how many people are going to walk you through step by step as a successful business owner and tell you what you need to do to set everything up and then give you guidance along the way? I don't know anybody else like that is actually successful. I know a lot of people on YouTube that talk about it.
Uh-huh.
I know plenty of people out there that talk about, oh, you can do this, you can do this. What have you done?
Got to start it somewhere,
Right.
and that's where we come in.
Yes.
You know, over the couple of years, we got a year coming up on this now, right?
We got a 1 year coming up.
1 year anniversary of this podcast,
Yes.
and just look how far everybody in the castle has come in a year.
Right.
Not just me, you. I can go down the list.
Right.
And people listen. They take suggestions, and we grow. We all grow together.
Yes.
I want everybody growing together. Nobody's better than anybody else.
Right.
Doesn't matter to me how much money you have. I don't care if you have a penny.
Mm-hmm.
If you have an opportunity, you have a chance. We're here for you. That's all. You know, I keep it simple. Very simple.
Yes. Now let's talk about failure. We brought that up in here. How do you overcome the fear of failure?
Well, you know, I've failed many times through my career.
Mm.
We don't want to go through them horror stories, but it definitely was. There was definitely failures. You know, so the failures you learn from.
Okay.
If you learn from your failure, you just don't make that mistake again.
Right.
You know, you make the mistake again, then you will fail.
Mm.
You know, I'm not saying that I might not make a right move again or whatever, but if I'm going to make that decision, I'm going to take my time.
Right.
I'm going to think it through.
Yes.
And I ask everybody in here, or I bounce it off people to say, hey, what do you think of this?
Right.
What do you think of that? It's like when we decided to do our castleware.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the castleware. I got the golf shirts, the hoodies, the golf caps. I've just implemented our castle gloves. I got the castle golf glove coming in. Right. And I'm not going to talk about the last one yet, but I'll turn you on to that one next on our 1 year, because that one's a little out there, but it's definitely out there. But I'm going to tell you what, before I put it in, I throw it out to everybody. And you know what? What I've learned is that if you throw something on the wall, that spaghetti I always talk about, okay, and you throw it out there and people start laughing and they smile at it, it's going to be a success.
Yes.
If they look at you and give you like a frown or they, you know, something like that, I know I got to back off a little bit.
Right.
But I'm going to tell you, if there's a laughter or there's a smile, I'm all in.
Yes. And that's the right way to look at it.
I'm all in.
Oy.
And you've seen it all through the years now.
Yes. I've seen, and it works. And you're absolutely right. I mean, like you're saying, you know, if people are kind of giving you that face of, I don't really know about that. But if they're laughing at it, you know, in their mind, they're like, wait a minute, I never thought of that. That could actually work out.
It could actually work out. And now that I have history that it is working,
yes,
that's where you know you're heading in the right direction.
Absolutely. Yeah. Do you think confidence is contagious?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely contagious. I think the aura that you send off to people, the aura that you have in a room, the aura on a one-on-one, someone who's really listening. Like I know, Mustafa, you listen. You're probably one of the best listeners I've seen in my whole career. Okay, and that's why you become very successful, because you listen to every word, every phrase, and then you implement it on your own. Same with everybody that's in here. You know, they,
right.
you know, if you're down and out, it's okay. But
Mm-hmm.
let me tell you something. You can get back on your feet.
Yes.
I did it. Believe me.
Mm-hmm.
If you ever want to know the whole story, you just come to the castle.
Yes.
I'll sit down with you. I'll give you everything that was thrown at me
Mm-hmm.
and how I overcame it
Mm-hmm.
and where I am today.
Right.
Because it just wasn't like, this and that. No, you had to buck it up.
Mm.
And I got better suggestions, better people, and it works.
Yes.
It works.
Yes. And it's an amazing story, and I'm looking forward to the future of what can come from that as well.
Yeah, we got some good future plans. I think what I'll do is I'll release the two things I have going on. Our year podcast.
Yes. Yes.
I think
When the lights come back on.
when the lights come back on. I heard the fire sirens.
Yeah.
So someone might have hit a pole. Pole might have went down. Who knows?
Right.
So
Anything can happen.
anything can happen.
Yes.
You
But
know,
we're
ready. We're still doing this. It
We're
doesn't matter. We
we're
didn't
still
say,
after it.
we'll see you next time. No,
Yeah.
we're doing this.
No. We're here at the Cigars at the Castle podcast, ready to go.
That's right.
All right.
What else we got?
Last question I have for you. What are some unexpected ways to boost confidence that people might not know about?
Look in the mirror. Look at yourself. Who are you? What are you doing? I think that your appearance. Okay, how change your appearance up. Look clean. Look together. Appearance is huge,
Right.
but it's not everything.
That's right.
But for yourself,
Mm.
I think for yourself that it's a big, big confidence builder. Your confidence comes with knowledge and, knowing what you're doing. I think everybody, if not, I also run a jewelry business. I've been a jeweler 36 years. I can remember when I first started, I was thrown right into the pool of sharks and I had to swim. And, my confidence it was pretty good, but as I kept learning and kept getting educated, and I can remember there would be lines out the door waiting to talk to me about your jewelry needs.
Mm.
Okay, that's a big confidence builder. Knowing what you're doing,
Right.
take your time. And same with this business.
Mm-hmm.
I make sure all the newcomers that come in here, and they're not really privy into cigars, I give them a lot of suggestions to further their venture in cigars.
Right.
So your confidence is huge. It's like I always tell you, Mustafa, we're here one time.
Yes.
I'm going to be that old 62 next month. Can't believe I'm going to be 62. Where'd it go? But I'll tell you what, I'm just starting.
That's it.
I'm just starting. It doesn't matter what age you are. Some people get early.
Right.
I know a lot of 24, 26-year-olds that did great.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of 70-year-olds that just started.
Right.
It's never too late to start.
Exactly.
That I do know.
Mm.
But I was always a little hesitant in a way. No one likes failure.
Right.
No one wants to fail.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? If you stay at it,
Right.
and you stay on the course, there's only one way, and that's up.
I love that message in there where you're not too old to start something, right?
Nope.
A lot of people, they'll think, because the American dream is shipped to them like this, right? You go to high school, or you go to school from 0 to 18, let's say, okay?
Yep.
You go to college, you get a degree, you get a job, you get an internship at 22, 23 years old, right? You get a good career around 25, 27, and by 30, you should have everything figured out. And you should be paying off a mortgage now at 30 years old.
That's what they say.
The new generation is just getting started at 30 years old.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Like, things aren't handed to some of the people, right? They had to grind through college. They had to pay their way up. They had to pave their own blocks, right? So when 40-year-olds listen to this podcast and they say, why am I still even listening? Why am I tuned in? Well, this is the reason why. Is because it's not too late. Your dreams have just begun. Your dreams are only dreams if you keep them in your head.
That's right. You got to get them out of your head.
Get them out of there. Get them on a list that Rick has
List?
talked about I don't know how many times until you have to put it on a list. And when you get all of it out of your head, you'll have more time inside that brain of yours to come up with a better idea or a new idea or something else that you really want to do.
I was always against the list. I said, I got this. And they say, hey, Rick, did you get that? Huh? Oh, yeah. No, I forgot. I have a list, both businesses, personal and business. Okay? Because it's very important.
Right.
That's what keeps your structure. You have to have structure. Be accountable to yourself.
Right.
You know? And I'm going to say it again, and I'll say this till the day I'm gone. There's 8,760 hours in a year, people. Use them. Just don't say, I'll get to it next week, or I'll get to it. Start slow. Life, what I've learned, is a marathon, not a race. Okay?
Yes.
And if you just go a little at a time, lo and behold, you're great.
This place you built with sweat equity, and you built it from the ground up. This is the start of the castle.
This is the start. I had to start somewhere. And I always say, people ask me, where do you start? And what do I say? From the beginning. Got to start from the beginning.
Yes.
Get a plan. Get your plan together. Get your business plan together. If you need help with that, we're here. Mustafa can even help you now. I have enough confidence in Mustafa now to where he could definitely set you up with a 3-year plan. And that is amazing.
Thank you.
Okay? Because he took the time out and he listened. And while we're here, right? We're smoking a cigar, right?
Yeah.
We're having fun. We're all getting educated.
Yes.
And we're all bouncing off each other.
That's it.
And the networking.
Yes.
That's huge. Networking yourself. Don't be afraid to say who you are. Shake a hand. What you do. And I always call it planting seeds. You gotta plant the seed. With no seed, you can't grow.
Right.
And then you just stay on it.
Yes.
Stay in contact with people. Just don't let them go to the wayside.
Right.
Make sure that you follow up with them.
That's another key point. Is you have to follow up.
You gotta follow up
and do the things you say you're going to do. Right.
Absolutely.
If you say you're going to do it, and just be real with everything that you do. Because if you say you're going to do something and you don't follow through with it once, why are they going to trust you the next time?
I remember when I was starting these up, people were like, I don't know. I don't know if he's going to make it. He's this and that. I love hearing that. When someone says that I didn't make it or I can't make it,
right?
Be careful. Because that just pushes me even harder to be even more successful, even more to plant seeds, more to every day to take it on.
Right. Do you feel yourself becoming more confident the more people you prove wrong?
Proving them wrong, I'm not a vengeful. It's not vengeful that way.
Right.
I think that what happens is that when they're coming in now to the shops, they go, yeah, he did it.
Yeah.
I'm going to support it.
Right.
That's when you know you did it right.
Okay.
I remember one time there was a ceiling in my life. You reach the ceiling. You say, okay, where am I going from here? What am I doing? I was right up against that ceiling, and I said, man, I gotta, and I did it. I blew the ceiling off. And then when you blow the ceiling off and you walk outside, what do you see? Infinity. Okay? I'm beyond that.
Right.
Okay? There's nothing that I won't take a suggestion or try or this. And like I said, next month, I'm going to share 2 things with you that I have going on.
Yes.
That is absolutely off the grid of things. But that's how it works. And what the future holds, a day at a time, we're going to see. We're going to make it happen. We're going to make it happen.
Yes.
Like we are tonight.
Right.
On this podcast.
The Cigars at the Castle After Dark.
They're probably happy they don't see us.
Yeah, I know, right?
You know, they're probably saying, we got to look at these two clowns.
Oh,
you know,
God.
Listen, if you like not seeing us and you like the dark, let us know.
Yeah, we'll keep it dark.
We'll keep it dark, you know. But, like I said, like this happened. You, as long as you're ready, accountable,
yes,
you're still going to make it happen.
That's it.
You know, you're still going to make it happen.
And that is actually going to wrap us up here. We're going to talk about, we went over everything. Next year is our 1 year episode, like you mentioned.
Yep.
Or next month, excuse me, is our 1 year episode, like you mentioned. Amazing. We are 1 year in already. I remember the first day we came in to do this, we were going to do it on a Tuesday, but something had popped up, so we did it on a Wednesday night. And that Wednesday night, there was about 1.5 feet of snow on the ground.
Oh, you remember that?
Oh, I remember every
See,
bit
look
of
at that. That's success right there.
And now, 10 months later, or 11 months later, we are here in the dark doing a Castle After Dark podcast, and we're still going.
We're still going.
We don't give up. We don't quit on this. And last month, we had 11,000 views. And that was me, that was Brian, that was all of our guys from the Whiskey Sippers. That was you giving us this amazing place to do this podcast at. That was you bringing us together, because I didn't know these guys.
No.
Right?
No.
I'd never heard of them before. Brian's never heard of them before.
No.
I never met Brian before I met you. But you put all of this together and made an amazing piece of material that goes out there and people loved.
People loved it.
People loved it.
I love when people are happy.
That's absolutely amazing.
I love it when we could put a smile on someone's face or make a better day for them. Sometimes, guys, we all go through our ups and downs. Anything can be thrown at you. But, if we work it through and we talk about it and we have the suggestions, you move forward.
Right.
Love moving forward.
Absolutely. And that's going to wrap us up for today, guys. Again, next month we have our 1 year podcast. We look forward so much. We thank you guys so much.
Yes,
and I wish I could see you guys and you could see my face to see how grateful I am. But thank you so much for supporting this podcast and giving us a stepping stone in the right direction and letting us into your homes, into your cigar shops, into your lounges, into wherever you're playing this at, into your cars, into your headphones while you're at the gym. Thank you so much for giving us this opportunity.
Well, that's a lot of ways to watch that and listen, huh?
There's a lot.
Wow. That's a lot of that times I don't think of that, And that's why we're a team here. Business partners, friends.
Yes.
And that's what it's all about, keeping it together.
Right.
Shake a hand. Tell people what you do. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. Get out of that square box or the bubble. Expose yourself. I was always an introvert.
Right.
And then once I got out of that, wow, this is a world. It's big.
It's a whole new world.
It's a whole new world. We're keeping it a little short tonight. We don't want to bore you. We want to just give you the right information quickly. You can pull this up anytime because once this is on, this is it. It's always on.
Always here.
So you could always go back to it, miss something. Like I said, you could call us here at the Castle too. You can Facebook us. Let Mustafa know about anything.
Yes.
We can get back to you.
Yes, you can reach us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts coming soon. You can reach us at cigarsatthecastle.com. We have our own website. Feel free to drop a comment in there or anywhere that you want. Anywhere you feel comfortable leaving a comment. It can be anonymous. Just let us know if you have a question. We're going to answer it.
Awesome. So that will conclude February 28th. One extra day. Enjoy it tomorrow.
That's it.
Nicer weather is going to be coming.
Right.
And we're going to have a lot of great things as we move forward throughout the year. And we'll keep you posted.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
Mustafa, have a good evening.
You as well.
You out there, everybody, have a great night, and we'll be in touch.
Have a good one.
They say I walk like a king, talk like a king. You can act around now, say the same thing. They chasing the fame, they all want the name. But they ain't got what's running through these veins. Say I walk like a king, talk like a king. You can act around now, say the same thing. They chasing the fame, They got want the name, but they ain't got what's running through these veins. Make way for the king. Make way for the kingdom. King me, checkmate, then repeat. This chestnut checkers. What can I say? I got goat jeans. Real kings do king things. Live like one, breathe like